you don't want that when someone is that beautiful. You've got to think there's got to be something that's not perfect about you, and he was just, he was class act, yeah.
The stars of Queen Charlotte are spilling all the royal tea on Bridgerton's buzzy new prequel series. The spin-off follows Queen Charlotte's rise to prominence and power, and the story of how the young queen's marriage to King George sparked both a great love story and a societal shift, creating the world of the ton inherited by the characters in Bridgerton. For Queen Charlotte herself, Golda Rosheuvel, it was important to pass the baton in the prequel series to the character's younger counterpart, played by India Amartifio.
How was it watching her in this role, and were there parts of this character that you worked on together?
Charlotte's very much a woman who stands in her own space, in her own womanhood. And I think to impose anything on India would have been disrespectful to the character, but I pass her on with the grace and generosity that I could. And she went with it. It was fabulous.
As for the young queen, Amartifio opened up about entering such a massive franchise and what viewers can expect from the monarch in her earlier years.
We see Charlotte as, so kind of knowing and is the mother basically of this whole society in Bridgerton. She's got her, stuff together. But we know that she's not hiding, but almost hiding this part of her and pressing this love for this man who she is not tangible to her anymore.
Newcomer Arsema Thomas also counts herself among the Bridgerton fan club and opened up about booking the coveted role of young Lady Danbury as her on-screen debut.
Well, I heard you booked this while still in school.
Yes, yeah. I was starting my second year of my Master's of Fine Arts program. And,
my gosh, so how much does booking this role and being a part of this franchise mean to you?
Gosh, it initially was just a job, and now it actually has taken on a very valuable part of my life, I think, because this show just is so revealing of the experience of Black women, and as a Black woman, I find it just highly relatable. And so you can't help but bring it into your personal life.
The spinoff also puts some familiar characters to the forefront and introduces some new ones as well that play an important part to the story.
And I'm excited for fans to see the sparks fly between you guys. What are you excited for fans to take away from this relationship?
It's also massively important that people feel represented by what they see on the screen. The whole thing has been a completely amazing experience. I think probably our favourite scene was the scene in can I do spoilers?
Episode 4.
Episode 4, yeah. The scene in episode 4 when we're preparing dinner for George and Charlotte, and we're bickering and talking about his bits.
Yeah.
But that was weirdly the first scene. That was my first ever scene that I'd filmed, and that was our first scene together. And it was popping off. It was amazing.
So we peaked on day one, basically.
And then it was just all downhill.
The cast also shared the advice they received from the original cast and working with their characters' present-day counterparts, like Rosheuvel as Queen Charlotte, Hugh Sachs as Brimsley, and Adjoa Andoh as Lady Danbury.
Golda gave you some good advice.
Did she?
Yeah.
She did. She basically just
Make
came
it your
over.
own.
She did. She said make it my own, which is really kind of her.
There was two things. We talked about the physicality of the character, and it's one of the things I'd really seen within him watching it, because there's a lot that goes unspoken with this character, and the physicality is such a huge part of their day-to-day and how they hold themselves and how they have to hold themselves.
We definitely chatted. I was initially just a massive fan, so I was like, I just want to talk to you forever about your own personal life. But then we just talked about the stuff that wasn't on the script, like, what did Agatha do when she was 13? Has she ever kept a secret? Does she like carrots or broccoli?
Corey Milcreast, who plays the young King George, also discussed running into Bridgerton breakout Regé-Jean Page and the advice given to him by an unlikely source.
Reggae and I are running different races. He is maybe the most... I met him at a party full of incredibly beautiful and famous people, and he was noticeably beautiful. You don't want that when someone is that beautiful. You've got to think there's got to be something that's not perfect about you, and he was just... He was class act, yeah. He said to me, I'm going to give you the same advice that Jamie Foxx gave to me yesterday.
Wow.
And he said, if there's anything outside of the stuff that is useful for what will propel you into between action and cut, then it doesn't exist. And everything that is useful for that, take it on board.
Queen Charlotte is streaming now on Netflix. For the latest entertainment news and updates, keep watching the Hollywood Reporter News.